Hey, it's Neal Francis. We're doing a show on the internet. It's going to be live from Chicago, presented by Topo Chico, the delicious, sparkling, natural water, mineral water. I'm going to talk to Josh Knight. He's my agent. And we're going to talk about some stuff. Maybe it'll be interesting. I'm not sure. Some music I made as well, including the music you're hearing right now, so that's nice. And we're going to give some stuff away if you hang out. You know, we'll give it away, but only if you donate some money, so I guess it's not really free. But the point is, you know, we're going to ask you for money, and you don't have to if you don't want to. So again, turn it off if you don't like it. So without further ado, I'm going to stop doing this stupid Chicago accent and live from the basement of this church, which is actually my manager's house. So don't try and find me there. I'm going to do the show. And it's me, Neal Francis. All right. And here we go. Hey, it's Neal Francis. We're doing a show on the internet. It's going to be live from Chicago, presented by Topo Chico, the delicious, sparkling, natural water, mineral water. I'm going to talk to Josh Knight. He's my agent. And we're going to talk about some stuff. Maybe it'll be interesting. I'm not sure. Some music I made as well, including the music you're hearing right now, so that's nice. And maybe a cover. We're going to do a cover of a song, with some video and some other things you may find entertaining. Who knows? You can turn it off if you don't like it. We're going to give some stuff away if you hang out. We'll give it away, but only if you donate some money. So I guess it's not really free. But point is, we're going to ask you for money. And you don't have to if you don't want to. So again, turn it off if you don't like it. So without further ado, I'm going to stop doing this stupid Chicago accent. And live the basement of this church, which is actually my manager's house. So don't try and find me there. I'm gonna do the show. And it's me, Neal Francis. Alright. And here we go. Hey, everybody. Is anybody still there? Shit. That's a long intro. Don't worry. It's the best part of the show. Everything's downhill from here. Hey, it's Neal Francis. We got a great show tonight. The maiden voyage of Hey, it's Neal Francis. Like the maiden voyage of the Titanic or a tertiary voyage of the Hindenburg. We'll hope that that's the extent of our technical difficulties. So yeah, we got a great show. I'm going to interview my agent tonight because he was available on short notice. I'm really sorry we couldn't find anybody interesting, but we do what we can. And if anybody wants to stick around, just throw some money in the hat, and we're going to give you a chance to win some free shit from Topo Chico, which I have in this swanky tote, which is part of the deal. All right. So why don't we kill some time and look at what we got here? I haven't even seen this stuff. All right. Multiple t-shirts. Is this all in the same bag? We got 5 of these bags. So you and 2 of your friends could get a Topo Chico t-shirt. Socks. I want these. I don't even have these, Brendan. Coasters. Double-sided. There's at least 6 coasters. Assorted. I think this is all of the prizes. I don't think this is just a single prize. All right, so anyway, you'll probably just get 1 of each of these items, but only if you donate to the link at the bottom of your screen. Because let's face it, everybody, it's been a long 50 weeks since crackdown, lockdown. Definitely the most exciting time I've ever been alive. But I got suited and booted so I could talk to Josh Knight today. Yeah, so why don't we, Brendan? Is Josh here?
Josh is here.
Let's cue Brendan. Let's cue Josh. You like your intro?
Yeah, that was fantastic. So many great shots from over the last 6 months.
Good, man. We got to dress it up, you know.
Got to do our best.
Those are recent. Those are those were during COVID.
I think most of those were during COVID. Yes, thus the mask and a few of the photos, the hair. You know,
You're
we
keeping
first
it
met.
tight.
I didn't look like this. You know,
You're keeping it tight, man.
Thanks, brother.
I think we can all. What are you doing to stay fit?
I mean, you know, a lot. Look at me.
What's your daily regimen?
I do meet with my trainer once a week on Zoom. I try to keep that going, and then, you know, go on a walk every once in a while. We've been on a walk. Went on a walk with Brendan the other day. Going up and down flights of stairs as much as possible. Basically, can't wait for it to be nice again so we can get some actual exercise back in. But yeah, how about you?
I train with a former Mossad rifleman.
So we're doing lots of different kinds of training.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you see what happened earlier this year? It doesn't matter what side you're on. You got to stock up.
Got to be ready.
Learn to stop, drop, and roll. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Got to be ready.
So I wrote some questions down because you know, we got to live up to that intro. But
I mean, can't wait.
Josh, we go way back.
Neal.
November 18th, 2018. You came to my first show ever, and then 3 days later, we were having lunch downtown.
It's true.
It felt like a big Hollywood moment for me. So why haven't we played any gigs in the last year?
You know, I don't know where your fans are right now.
I mean,
do you?
We've really been trying hard, you know, and you said you were going to get me a lot of gigs when you were going to be my agent, and
going to make you a star, kid. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to keep the guys around. Just
be patient. Just be patient.
I'm just joshing. I'm just.
No, let's be real about that. Yeah,
does anybody ever say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, we can talk about that for a minute. I think we'll all be gigging here sooner than later. You know, I think the vaccinations are rolling out quite well. You know, I'm not a doctor, but it feels like this summer and into the fall, we're going to start seeing a lot more shows happening. And I can't wait to get you back out on the road. And I'm sure everybody out there would love to see some music.
Yeah, why don't you tell everybody some of the other bands that you book?
Worked with a bunch of bands, but worked with some bands for a long time, like Los Lobos and JJ Grey and Mofro and Infamous String Dusters and Trampled by Turtles, Anders Osborne, Aaron Neville, and yeah, you know, it's been a good ride so far with getting to work with a bunch of music that I really love. You know, for instance, some newer acts like Neal and the Teskey Brothers, and yeah, and it's been fun for me to actually book like music that I listen to. That's the most important thing to me, and I listen to all my bands, which is fun.
What is that? Why you got into the side of the industry that you're in?
I mean, let's be honest. I was in a band and I tried to play music in a band, and I was the worst member of the band, and I could not keep up with everyone, and I bailed. And I really wanted to stay somewhat in the music business. I had the bug, and I worked at a marketing company that did tour sponsorships, and I fell backwards into this almost 20 years ago. And as much as I miss doing the creative part and being on stage, I really enjoy watching careers blossom and you know, being a part of behind the scenes.
Well, man, yeah, we're grateful for you because you certainly you know, you took a chance on us when we were nobodies before this big show and everything, before we had Topo Chico on board.
Yeah, Topo.
The problem with drinking these on the air is that they make me gassy. So,
oh, we better watch out for that. No, listen, I think, you know, a couple years ago when I heard you and Phil, you know, my cohort in all this, when we found you, we knew there was something special, and we're really excited to continue to watch that, you know, keep rolling. I mean, you and I have a fun story, and I think it's just a cool thing, and I can't wait for the future.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the future too.
I
You
bet
know,
you are.
dude.
Who doesn't like sitting around in a church all day long?
Well, we could talk about that. I had written down
I mean, your
here.
manager's house all
You're the
day long.
son of a preacher, man.
It's
You're
true. My dad is a retired UCC minister.
you're the only one who could ever teach us.
Yeah. So my dad is a retired UCC minister, and funny that we have a little bit of a connection there with all that, and it was nice to grow up that way. Music and the church has always been part of my life.
That was in Hinsdale, correct?
Yeah, part of my childhood was in Palatine and Hinsdale, both different suburbs of here in Chicago, where organ music, to bring it all full circle with you, was definitely a big part of the church in Hinsdale, with our mutual friend Michael Surratt, and yeah,
Man.
there you go, Topo Burpo.
Tapo Chico, as they say in Bridgeport. Yeah,
How's your
man.
How's your organ playing going?
So I wanted to talk about that. So St. Peter's is on the rocks, man. I live in a church, to those of you out there in Zucker world, if I may use that term. I don't think I've heard that yet.
I
May
like
have been
it.
coined right here. But
let's get a patent on that, Brendan. Come on.
So I've been lucky during this because obviously our gigs, the bottom fell out of all the gigs because of the thing that happened, and I ended up at the church that I was playing music at. I was living there, still am, and now the church is getting sold. So it's pretty wild.
How's that process?
Unless we raise enough money here tonight to buy St. Peter's.
See this right here, folks?
It's on the market for 1.2. So
if we can raise 1.2 tonight, we
if
can make our
everybody
dreams
chips
come
in,
true.
how many people are watching this? 10?
I think we were up to 20 before the malfunction, but
Oh shit.
No, listen, I'll even give a pitch for this church. Listen, folks, it's a great church. It's also a great space. We could do a lot of many great things with it. Art center, classes, daycare, church, AA meetings, etc. Neal and I have got great ideas for this place. If anyone's listening out there and you're serious about it, not only does this work, but you can do other things too. Just get a hold of us.
And you can do other things good there too. Wait, yeah, we're two idea men.
Yeah,
we need somebody who's watching right now to step up and.
I feel like we are two idea men. I feel like it's kind of like Zoolander, when it's like, yeah, we want to build the center for people that want to do good stuff, but that's like, for real though. I think a lot of good could be done with that property and outside of the hands of a developer. So we've got the ideas. We need the cash, as they say.
Show. It's a shit show. Who knows? We could, if everybody online right now chips in $120,000, St. Peter's could be mine.
If everyone in our little private sector of Zuck world,
and we could fill the sanctuary with those plastic balls that they put in the play place at McDonald's.
Absolutely.
And then you could jump from the choir loft into those.
So we could turn the sanctuary into a giant ball pit.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, man. So you live in Chicago, right?
It's true.
Now, how long have you lived here?
I was born and raised in the suburbs and left when I think I was 10 or 11.
How long have you lived in the city?
The last 19 years.
And you've lived in
19 and a half years, 20 years.
In the Irving Park neighborhood, correct?
Yeah. Between Roscoe Village, Lakeview, North Center, and the north side here.
North Side.
Make sure I can walk to Wrigley still.
I'll forgive you for that, man. It's okay.
It's all right.
He patronizes the Wrigley Field Chipotle, so let's just put it that way. Have you ever considered living anywhere else
Definitely. Yeah.
besides Denver?
Whoever. Yeah. I mean, no.
Really?
Yeah. What? No, that's pretty much. I mean, I really like it here, and I don't want to go anywhere else necessarily. Denver definitely is a great place. I have a lot of friends there, a lot of business there. The mountains are great, like skiing, but family and friends and the lake, and getting up north in the summers and being able to enjoy this city and the sports and the culture is something that. I mean, I don't want to take my family out of downtown. I really enjoy being down here and having the kids grow up down here. I think it's important and cool.
Yeah.
So,
man, Chicago is really an amazing place. I feel like I love the fact that the cold keeps people from moving here too, because it feels like we have the city to ourselves to a degree.
Yeah, we're the third largest city in the country, which is also hilarious, in that people say, oh, the winters there are terrible. There's a lot of people who live here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a metropolitan area of what, 8 million people, something like that, 7 million people.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Brendan, what's the exact figure on that? Can you look it up for us?
I would lie if I think the population of the city is like 2.7 million or something like that. But it was
Chicagoland.
I don't know if you guys. Yeah, Chicago, the entire tri-state area. I'm not sure if you watched Saturday Night Live or not, but a couple of weeks we were talking about wanting to live places or whatever, and I'm definitely the Saturday Night Live sketch a couple of weeks ago where they were doing the Venmo, or not Venmo, the Zillow porn or whatever it was. Did you see that?
Venmo porn. That's
not
what we
Venmo.
got at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, that's right here. The Venmo porn is right here, folks. No, the Zillow. So basically, like people at night, instead of watching porn to get intimate, they're on Zillow, like looking for new houses, and it's pretty funny. But I'm definitely guilty of doing something like that. Go find an island somewhere you want to move to.
Well, for me, it's musical.
Yeah, what about you?
I can't afford. That's
where
the musical equipment I can't afford is the.
That's your house porn.
Porn, yeah. Aside from real porn, because let's face it, it's been a long pandemic.
Is there anywhere you'd live?
Nice segue. I've thought about New Orleans, New York, but yeah, no, I was just thinking earlier that I went to the lake the other day and it was all frozen over, and I felt like I was standing on the shores of a Arctic sea. And I really couldn't tell the difference,
Yeah.
And then I turned around and, saw someone urinating against a tree. and
you were like, I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Town.
No, it's really great though, because Lake Michigan really is like an inland sea, and you can drink it. So
it is some good fresh water, but don't let that lake fool you. It is a mean woman.
True. Yeah. What's your story? I feel like there's a story behind that statement.
I mean, you watch the news half the time, and these, idiots running down there and falling in and swimming too far or whatever, or doing things like that. But no,
these yahoos.
These yahoos. When I was a kid, we sailed across Lake Michigan with a friend and his dad's boat, and we hit a storm in the middle of the night. It was like this never-ending story, the Nothing from the Never-Ending Story. It was like just like rolling through, and the boat was churning and I was churning, and it was rough, and you get scared like that. And then my brother-in-law had a boat, a sailboat, and we went out sailing, and we were actually using the engine because I can't say I'm much of a sailor. And there was a small fire. There was some smoke and stuff, and we couldn't really even see the skyline anymore.
Boat?
Yeah, on the boat, and we
boat you were on had a fire.
It was not really a fire. It was more smoke. But where there's smoke, there's fire, they say. Anyway,
fire at sea.
Yeah, went out. Sales worked, so we sailed back in, but we couldn't see the skyline really when that happened. It was a little freaky, you know. I don't know. There's some stories for Lake Michigan for you.
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Indeed, I actually went up to the plaque of that last summer up in the UPA, and I believe it was called Whitefish Point, right north of the Tequamanen Falls, and what?
That's amazing that you can remember all that sequence of.
Well, as soon as I got there and I saw the plaque, I just kept thinking of my dad and like the record of Edmund Fitzgerald and the song and then everything. And the point was amazing. You could
The
stand
ship
there.
was the pride of the American side on the lake that they called Gitchagumi.
I almost wrote a shanty for tonight, but failed on that.
I used to love that song. It's like 15 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It's about shipwrecks. I already mentioned the Titanic tonight, but it's really a. If I was actually in my own house, because let me tell you something about St. Peter's. The internet there sucks. Comcast. If somebody from Comcast can detect me speaking about Comcast through the algorithms being displayed here, you don't give a shit about Belmont Cragen. That's what I'm saying.
What?
What is this?
Kathleen has a comment.
Our friend Kathleen.
Oh, hey, Kathleen. What? Okay, we're going to interact with the fans.
Oh, we have comments.
This. I guess we need...
I can read this. What are my long-term plans for my beard? Well, I'm just going to keep going. I originally said I wasn't going to do anything into this facade until we had a full capacity show. I don't think I trimmed this once already. My hair has not been cut since February, but I think I'll just keep growing it, for a while.
Goes with the sea captain vibe.
Yeah, hey.
Also suits your nickname, which I wanted to actually get to. So okay. Josh is known within the industry to industry insiders as the Yeti. I'm having a topo burp /
Topo Barpo.
Yeah. So why do they call you the Yeti?
The original, actually, the last time I kind of looked like this before, because we met, I had very little facial hair and very short hair.
I can't remember.
Anyway, I was in a band. It was very dark that night. Anyway, I was in a band and we were playing a gig, and it was an old club called Sherpa and Yetis out in Breckenridge, Colorado. And there was a giant picture of a Sherpa and a Yeti behind the stage. And I was in front of the Yeti, and I was playing my congas and bongos and stuff and doing my Yeti thing, I guess. And our friends had traveled out, and they were in the crowd, and they started to do this sort of dance and chant the Yeti, and it was the Yeti dance. And then they started calling me the Yeti after that. That nickname is still stuck with me with my buddies, and then it's crept into the music business thanks to the guys from the infamous String Dusters, who they all go by nicknames. And when I started working with them about 12 or 13 years ago, they were like, "What's your nickname?" And I was like, when I was a kid at youth, my dad's youth group kids used to call me Spud because I was a little fat potato, or I was called the Yeti. And they were like, "We'll go with the Yeti." And then it kind of stuck from there. And, there's gags that go along with it from now and then. And, this whole thing.
Man, that's a good nickname. It's endearing. And I have a friend, Paul Obis, who I don't think he's here right now, but if he was, he would tell you all about how the Yeti's real.
I tell my kids all the time how the Yeti's real, whether it's Yeti, Sasquatch, depending on what you want to refer to it, whether it's in the Himalayas or in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, it just depends.
Well, we all know you're real.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm here.
There's the Yeti sighting, the abominable.
I know.
Yeti.
I wish I could have gotten into the Yeti cooler game earlier, but.
Brendan, are you signaling me? We need to wrap Josh up. All right.
Thank God.
I didn't know how much longer I was gonna have to milk that, man.
I mean, I've been getting the cut sign from the wife over here for like 7 minutes. So,
are you serious?
No, absolutely not. I just made that up. This has been great. We could do this for hours, I'm sure, and I'll be back, and maybe we'll have more than 7 viewers. But
We'll do it in person, and we'll have cake.
yeah, I would love cake and tea, maybe something like that. But Neal, great to see you, man, and I hope we get to hear some music maybe here.
Yeah, we got a couple segments coming up. We got a musical guest, great musical guest tonight. That's me. A couple things here and there, and yeah, thanks for filling up some time.
Awesome. See you,
All
buddy.
right. See you around. Hey, we're back. It's always great having Josh on the show. In that I like talking to Josh because this is the first and only show we've ever done. Um, so anyway, in continuation of the theme here, we're going to present some previously recorded material. Um, and this one is a rejected advertisement that I submitted to our sponsors, Topo Chico. And, I worked really hard on it over the summer. And, the day I created it, maybe I was feeling a little bit defeated. Um, but I think it really hits, you know, as we say. So why don't we just take a look at that corporate platitude. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard to kick back and relax these days, 'cause we live on a planet that's dying. We can't leave our homes, we live our lives through our phones, and the president's always lying. Maybe tomorrow you'll end it all, but today you'll make it through. 'Cause when you open the fridge, a Topo Chico waits for you. Yeah, I can't imagine why they didn't want to use that for real. Um, it was for their 125th anniversary birthday celebration, and I was kind of putting a terminal tone to the whole thing. But next up, we've got a performance that the whole band got together from a little band called Hall and Oates. Brendan, we got that?
it's plain to see that they can't comfort me, yeah. Sorry, Charlie, for the imposition. I think I got the strength to carry on, yeah. I need a drink and a quick decision. Now it's up to me. What will be? Yeah, she's gone. I better learn how to face. She's gone. I better never do a place. She's gone. What went wrong? Get up in the morning and look in the mirror. There's one last toothbrush hanging in the stand, yeah. The face ain't looking any younger. Now I can see love's taking up toll on me. Yeah, she's gone. I made a lot out of face. She's gone. I made the devil do a place and she's gone. What went wrong? Think it's been eternity in the city. Let the carbon monoxide choke my thoughts away, yeah. The pretty bodies helped us off memories. They can never be what she was to me. She's gone. I made a lot out of face. She's gone. I made the devil do a place and she's gone. What went wrong? Yeah. She's gone, yeah. A lot out of face. She's gone. I bet the devil do a place. She's gone, yeah. A lot out of face. She's gone. She's gone, yeah. A lot out of face. She's gone, yeah. I bet the devil do a place. She's gone.
Before we go into our next segment, I just want to thank everybody who's watching tonight for our first episode, and maybe it'll be our last. You, the viewers, must decide what and if this will continue. Specifically, I want to just say a special thank you to everybody from St. Peter's United Church of Christ and the um, gratitude I have for their kindness and letting me and my drummer Colin stay there amidst this pandemic. It's been such a touching and important uh, thing in my life, and so just a special shout out to them and also all my family who's watching from Chicago tonight. Cousin Marianne and Kathleen, Brendan, Jimmy, saying hello to everybody. And this next segment, in, it, I'm not fully nude, but I'm just letting everybody know ahead of time. I made it this morning, and it's artsy. So, Brendan, can we have that next clip?
Set yourself free. Walk through the door. The door is open. Set yourself free. Step through the door. You don't have to be a prisoner of your mind. Freedom is waiting for you. Step through the door. Life awaits you.
So, the show's almost over, everybody. It's really feels like it just began. I started my day with in such a tizzy leading up to this something I've never done before. But before we go, I need to do what we call here. But we don't even have a intro segment for yet, but it's called the Shameless Plug, and I'm just going to tell you about some stuff I'm selling. So if you don't want to just give us money, you can send us money in another way, and we'll send you this, my most recent recording out on Karma Chief Records, which is demos from my album Changes. We're trying to release anything that I have lying around so we can make any sort of profit at all right now. Um, so we're down to the demos from Changes because frankly, um, it's between that or me just doing more of these live streams for the rest of time. Also, be on the lookout. A 45 with Don't Call Me No More. And what is it backed with, Brendan?
Reprise.
And Reprise. That will be coming soon. Also from Karma Chief Records. Terry Cole is a good man. Go look him up at Plaid Room Records in Loveland, Ohio. And he sells a great deal of other titles as well. If you're not into my music, although I'm not sure why you're here if you don't dig what we're doing. But we're just gonna we're gonna keep rolling here, and I'm sure that the handful of people who are still watching will let me know what they liked and what they didn't like, and we will adjust accordingly. I'm gonna interview my other agent, Phil Egenthal, because when I let him know when he got wind that I was interviewing Josh, he was extremely upset and really in a childish way, and threatened to suspend our working relationship if I didn't interview him on the show. So um, we've been pressured to interview Phil next time, but then I promise we'll have more interesting guests as time moves forward. And with that, I will say thanks again to Topo Chico. And if you donated any money tonight, um, God bless you. And also, you'll be entered to win the Topo Chico swag bag. There are 5 available. So the 5 people here, you've got a really great chance. Um, with that, I will bid you good night, and we can roll credits, Brendan.